Hi, Jorge.
Good work, good work.
Good work. Enough rain, Jorge? Bastante lluvia. Oh, it's still early. Okay, almost there.
Hola.
Hello.
You had a nice rain, huh, Mario?
Good night. Enjoying the rain. Good work.
Crazy good walk, crazy. But it's
My
good for
pool
the
is
crop.
My pool is getting again.
Oh, it's never ending, yeah.
Yeah. It never stopped all day, huh?
I think it's supposed to stop tonight. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows.
Yeah, the lignets. Because tomorrow there's rain again.
You're right, right. Let me look at.
It says rain stopping in 31 minutes. They know exactly.
Maybe, I don't know. Looks pretty intense out there.
Yeah, but tomorrow it's going to rain again at 6 p.m.
Well,
Now,
it's already 7 p.m., so it couldn't be 6 p.m.
No, tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow's-
tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. again. Mhm.
He said 7 o'clock, correct?
Yep. Why don't you give him a call, Harold? Hi, are we having the shield now? Oh, because you're not there. Okay, thank you. Oh, they said, of course we're having the shield. Hmm. He's gonna have to run through because he wants to do 2 blocks today.
Let's see. Anybody?
Sorry?
Something happened to my thing here.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's me.
What's up, everybody?
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov.
What's up, George? What's
Oh.
up, Eric?
I am closing myself off.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, good.
76, 77.
no, we are on 77. Ayin Zion Amid Aleph.
Okay.
Tanan Hasa. Mefirim Nedarim b'Shabbos. If a husband hears his wife make a neder on Shabbos, he's allowed to annul the neder on Shabbos. Not only that, v'nishalom l'nedarim shein l'tzarach haShabbos. If someone has a neder, has made a neder, and wants to go to a chacham to undo the neder, you can
There's
go
no
on.
sound.
You can go on Shabbos to undo it as long as the the neder, it's for the purposes of Shabbos. Let's say you made a neder that you don't want to eat shulant on Shabbos. And you want to go to a chacham to undo that neder since it relates to Shabbos, you can have it annulled on Shabbos.
What's going on?
George, can you hear us?
Who?
George?
Yeah, I can hear you, it's,
No, but I think, George, can you hear us?
yeah. I spoke with him before. Jorge,
Are we okay?
¿puede oír? ¿Puede oír bien?
I hear you.
¿No?
Yeah, you where are we holding? That's more.
77,
I am
A1.
fine.
Where about?
Yeah, but apparently, Mario, why can't George hear us?
I don't know. Jorge no oye. Jorge,
George, you can't hear us? George, you're mute.
I know, but I cannot unmute him.
I guess just start all over again, off and on.
Maybe you have to turn it off and turn it back on.
Hold on, let me see if I can chat with him.
I just sent him a chat.
I did the same.
George?
Can you hear?
George, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Obviously not, because he's not able to unmute it to speak. Jorge, can you hear us? Now, turn off and back on. I sent him a chat.
George, turn it back on. Okay,
Let me see something.
Is Walter printing a message on the phone?
I sent it on Zoom.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, now he took the message. Obviously. Okay.
so Tanan also. Mefir in the dorm b'Shabbos, v'nishal in the dorm shein l'tzorach HaShabbos. You can go to a chacham to be mater neder if the purpose of undoing the neder is to help you for Shabbos. Iboiluhu. Mefir in the dorm b'Shabbos l'tzorach Shabbos. How do we explain the Baraisa? Do we annul the dorm for tzorach Shabbos or dilma afilu shelo l'tzorach? Maybe the first part of the Baraisa, Mefir in the dorm b'Shabbos, is no matter what, whether it's l'tzorach Shabbos or not l'tzorach Shabbos. And the second part, the nishal in the dorm, is only for tzorach Shabbos. So maybe, what's the status of Aforos Nadorn? Torshma. The Tani Razudi Debei Rav Papi. Aim for Nadorim el Tzorach Shabbos. A husband's not allowed to annul a neder unless it's Tzorach Shabbos. Or Rav Ashi Halot Nanachi. We didn't learn a Mishnah like that. Nadrim Chashecha. If the wife made a neder as Shabbos was coming in, Mefer Lo Shaloi Techsha. Can you hear us now, George? George? Is everything okay now? You can't hear us?
I don't know.
Don't understand why.
Uh,
George, can you unmute yourself?
yeah, that's it. Jorge no puede oír.
It doesn't seem like he hears us.
No.
Okay. It says a participant has enabled closed captioning.
Yeah. That's not gonna help him.
Always there.
Harold, is that always there?
That's always there, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it that he can't hear us? Or
I
that he,
don't know. We cannot hear him either.
maybe we could just do it by phone. George?
Don't worry. Now I can hear you.
Okay, so at least you can hear us. Can you see us?
Yeah, I see perfectly.
But for some reason, the volume, you're not hearing us.
Don't
Mario, he has no sound. He can see us, but he can't hear us.
Yeah, but I really don't know why that is, unless
Okay,
he's
he can hear me because I put the phone on.
I saw.
Okay. So Nadrim Chashecha Mefer La Acheloi Techshach. That if it has not become nightfall before Shkia, a husband can annul the neder up until Shkia. Now, but Amrit L'Tzarcha Shabbos in Shalol L'Tzarcha Shabbos lo. If it depends on whether or not it's for the purposes of Shabbos, my Iri Chashecha. Why would it have anything to do with nightfall? Afilu b'sachayom, even in the middle of the day, in a yochel hafed the shalom l'tzorach, he would not be able to annul the neder if it was not for l'tzorach Shabbos. So the Gemara says Tanoi. It's a machlokas Tanoi. How far is nedarim kol hayom? The Tanna Kama says that you can annul a neder a whole day. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon Amru me'etz le'etz, 24 hours. Limanda Amar Kol Hayom in Tfei Lo. The one who says the whole day, yes. And after Shkia, no. That means I feel Shalol Tzarcha Shabbos Mefer. Because you have the right to annul any kind of neder, even if it has nothing to do with Shabbos. Limanda Amar Me'ez Le'ez. The one who says 24 hours, then it depends. L'tzarcha Shabbos in. If it's for the purposes of Shabbos, you can do it. Shalol Tzarcha Lo. And the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch Paskin, Mefirim Nedarim Af Shabbos, Afal Pisha Einam L'Tzarcha Shabbos. You can annul a neder even if it has nothing to do with Shabbos. V'nishalom L'Nedarim She'ein L'Tzarcha Shabbos. You can go to a Chacham to undo the neder as long as the neder had something to do with Shabbos. 1 second, I just have to get a tissue. Are you only allowed to annul a neder on Shabbos if you didn't have time to do it Erev Shabbos? Perhaps you're allowed to do it even when you had enough time Erev Shabbos. You're still allowed to do it on Shabbos. Toshma. The Chachamim were matir and neder for the son of Rav Zutra for Nedarim that they had time to undo it even before Shabbos. Savar Rav Yosef Lameimar, Nishal Nedarim b'Shabbos. When can you ask a Chacham for Shabbos to be matir neder? B'yachid mumche in b'shlosh adyatos lo. Only if you go to an individual Talmid Chacham who's an expert, who's allowed to undo Nedarim by himself. But like when we do HaToras Nedarim, and the three people who are not expert sit down as a bezdin and listen to a neder and annul it, then you're not allowed to do that. Why? Mishum de mischazi kedina. By having 3 people, it looks like a bezdin. Bezdin is not allowed to adjudicate cases on Shabbos. So in front of a Yachid Mimcha, you're allowed. In front of a Bezdin, you're not allowed. Amar le'abai. Kivan the sphere alone afilu mu'umid. since we hold that you're allowed to undo Nedarim even standing up. Normally, when Bezdin does certain processes, it does it sitting down. Bezdin does not allow having a relative on the Bezdin. Afilu b'kroivim, afilu b'layla. Normally, Bezdin doesn't operate at night, but you can be matir Nedarim even at night, because lo mischazik kedina. Those cases are clear that you're not doing din, and therefore you're allowed to do it in this fashion on Shabbos. Halacha is you're allowed to annul a neder at night. Right to Gemara, why does Ravuna have to say halacha? Nadra b'leilei Shabbos. We had our Mishnah that said that if the wife made a neder, let's say Friday night, you'd be allowed to matter the neder leilei Shabbos. This does not have to do with annulment by a husband, but rather going to a chacham for a chacham to undo the neder. Did Rav hold like this? Ishtik. He was silent, he didn't answer. Ishtik ka'amrit? Was he silent as if to say that he agrees with the din, since he didn't object to it? Oh, shasi ka'amrit. Maybe he was drinking at the time. And that's why he didn't answer, because he didn't have the ability to answer. He was drinking. And his silence isn't necessarily proof that he agrees to halach. Ravika baravin is the Rav, l'Rabba b'kituna devei Rav, that oy made yichidu v'layla. Rav paskins that you're allowed to be matir neder standing alone without three people, and you can do it at night. The halacha is you're allowed to go to a chacham to ask him to undo the neder. He can do it standing, he can do it by himself, he can do it at night, you can do it at Shabbos, and you could be even a relative. Even if there was time to do it Erev Shabbos, you still can do it on Shabbos. Is it true that you're allowed to do it standing up? Vatanya. Yorad Rabbi Gamliel min Achamor. When Rabbi Gamliel was asked to be matir and neder, he came off of the donkey. Vinis atef, he put on a talus. V'yasha v'hitir lo neder, and he sat. He matir neder. So from Rabbi Gamliel, it seems that you're not allowed to stand. So Rabbi Gamliel sover poischin b'charota. Rabbi Gamliel held you couldn't just undo a neder. You had to get the person to regret. Meaning, if I would have known that making this neder would have led to this and this circumstance, I never would have made it in the first place. That's called regret. And that you can't just undo a neder. You have to get the person, that's called poischim b'charota. Miyakar nidrabina. You have to, and that sort of undoes the neder. That requires boya unit. That requires concentration. Ahachi yasha. That's why he sat. Rav Nachman Sorein Poischim b'charot. Rav Nachman, who said that you can undo a neder even standing because you don't need charota. You don't have to. It doesn't require that kind of brain power. But feel moving, therefore you can do it standing up. Halacha is you're allowed to be matir neder to a relative, and you can do it at night. And the dayanim don't have to sit, you can stand up. If the neder is the kind of neder that requires a complicated Pesach, then the dayanim have to sit. So a person has regret that he made the neder, that now that he knows what happened, he never would have did in the first place. You can be matir them that neder right away. We saw these chachamim that came from Eretz Yisrael. Omar, and they said, "Is the kikuli rabbanon lebraid Ravuna baravin?" We needed chachamim to be matir and neder for the son of Ravuna. V'sharulei nidre, and they undid his neder. V'omrulei, besides undoing the neder, they told him, Zilu boy rachme al nafshecha dechatos. You should go daven because by making a neder, you sin. The Tani Rav Dimi Achud Rav Safra. Rav Dini learned in a Mishnah, the brother of Rav Safra. The person made a neder. I'm going to eat this piece of bread. Even though he was mekayim the neder, he ate it. Nikra chote. The person should not be making the dorm. You're called a sinner. Rav Zvid Maikra v'chisech dalin dor. If you prevent yourself from making the dorm, lo yavachachet, you won't have sin. Haloy chadalt, if you didn't prevent yourself and you went and made a neder, ikachet, you would be considered sinning. Tanya, he says to his wife, if you make a neder, I don't want you to make that neder. Or you say, ain's a neder. Or you say, that's not a neder. Lo amar klum. So that's not the language of annulment. You have to say mufrla. However, if you said yafa asita, you did good, or ve'en kemosech, or there's no one like you. The imlon nadart madirechani. If you hadn't made the neder, I would have done it. So dvarav kayomi. So that is a way to be mekayim in neder. Lo yomer adam leishto b'Shabbos mufer lechi, bata lechi. Yeder shomer lo b'chol. Normally, Monday through Shabbos, Sunday through Shabbos, if you hear your wife make a neder, you should say mufrlach or batalach. However, on Shabbos, you have to use a different language. Let's say she made a neder, I'm not going to eat. So you have to say to her, go and eat. Or tzliu shasi, go and drink. And the neder goes away. But the husband has to mevatel the neder in his heart. It's not enough to just say to her, go and eat or go and drink. Tanya Beishamai Oimrim, Bashabis, mevatel belibo. Rather than do something actively, you should mevatel it in your heart. Bachol, during the weekday, moitzi b'sfasa, you can actually use the words mufrla. Beisil says doesn't make a difference whether it's Shabbos or Chol. A person can be mevatel the neder in his heart. You don't have to actually say anything with your mouth. So we've learned now a Baal has a certain nusach, certain language that he has to use for hafara. Now, a chacham doesn't do hafara. A chacham is matir the neder. So therefore, chacham she'omer bilshon baal, ubaal she'omer bilshon chacham lo'omer klum. They don't take an effect unless they use the language that they're supposed to use. The Tanya, ze adavar, it's a pasuk, ze adavar asher tziva Hashem at the parsha of Nedarim. Chacham matir vein baal matir. A Talmid Chacham undoes a neder, and a husband does not matir. Sheyachol, I may have made a kavachomer. Uma Chacham she'ein mefer. Matir, a Chacham who does not have the power to annul, can be matir a neder, Baal shemefer. A husband that has the ability to annul, eino din shematir. He should, I would think, from a kavachomer, that he should have the ability to matir. Talmud loymar ze adavar. We're on ayin ches. Amid
Ernie, hold on.
Okay.